Uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh.
You know, if it were just Mason and his diligence-averse style of building, I'm not sure we'd have been able to be back on track in such a timely manner. Who knows what kinds of terrible things might have happened if we had nowhere to store our water. Oh well, no sense in imagining up scenarios to scare myself. I do plenty of that in my own free time.
Well, look who it is. I've really missed you. Let me see. All right, you seem fine. That's a start. Have the sand bandits been caught yet? Were you scared back then? I mean, I think I would have been. I hope so. You know, if you're scared, you can tell me. I won't tease you too much. But seriously, if you need to talk about it, I'm here for you. What's taking them so long? Is this Logan guy really as nefarious and cunning as the papers say? I hope he gets caught soon. Phew, but it's great that you're all right. You don't know how relieved I am to see your face. And oh, look, I brought you a whole bunch of stuff. But take me to the famous Blue Moon Saloon first. I'm dying to try all that sand food. I'm absolutely starving. We can catch up while eating. I have so much to tell you. All right, I'll follow you. We can go anywhere there's fun. Sandrock's bigger than I expected. Luckily, I brought my sneakers, huh? Makes me miss the days of us running and shouting all our troubles away. Ooh, so this is yak milk. I thought it would be gross, but it's actually deliciously good. Huh. It's kind of crazy. The first time I travel outside of Highwind, and it's to Sandrock of all places. After you left, I often find myself wondering about you, how your work is going, how you're dealing with the sandstorms, if you're happy, and so on. In my mind, I kind of built you up as this hero, coming to save Sandrock. Silly, isn't it? Hey, don't laugh! I'm serious! I subscribe to the Tumbleweed Standard, and I keep seeing your name pop up. You fixed the moisture farm, beat the googlies, or whatever they're called, and even rebuilt a bridge. It's amazing. Your ma couldn't believe it. She kept saying, "Really? Our child?" Your pa even joked that there must be someone with the same name as you here. But they're really proud of you. They're just not used to us doing grown-up stuff, I guess. You've always been kind of foolhardy, though. always running into things before thinking. So I guess it kind of makes sense for them to feel that way, right? When you talk like that, it makes you sound so mature. You've really changed, you know. I mean, you're still you, but there's this air of reliability now. I guess I can't call you the idol master anymore. Maybe when I finish school, I should also go somewhere else and expand my horizon. But I don't know. I tend to get lonely by myself. I'll probably be homesick by the second week. Us? You're already becoming a Sandrocker. Now you're all pistols and howdies, right? Look, I'm only staying in Sandrock for 3 days. Then I have to go back and take an exam. I have a little request, though. Can you show me around town? I'd really appreciate the company. Oh, by the way, now that I'm finally here, anything you want to ask me? My studies are going really well, actually. I'm working like crazy to keep my grades up, though. Hey, are you growing any crops? I almost forgot that you're doing desert planting, right? It's so interesting. It uses completely unorthodox techniques. That's kind of what I'm studying at the moment. Unconventional farming methods. Professor Law, my master, is a lead researcher on these methods. Like, how can you increase yield and growth under the same conditions? Or even bringing crops back to life? But, his methods are still under development, so I'm bound to secrecy. Which reminds me, where is the moisture farm in Sandrock? I've heard a great many things about it, so I'm curious. If you're free tomorrow, could you go with me to take a look? Please, pretty please, with an apple cherry on top. They're doing really well. You don't have to worry. When I'm around, they talk about you and Sandrock all the time. They kept wondering if you're making any new friends or getting enough sleep or eating enough. I think they really miss you. Speaking of, your ma wrote a letter. You haven't gotten it yet? Wow, I really got here that fast. Oh, so I have one more question to ask. I finally get to gossip with you. Are you in love? Anyone you met in Sandrock that you like? Or maybe someone likes you? Huh? Hey, don't tease me like that. Is it hot in here? Oh, we got so caught up in talking, I completely forgot to give you your presents. Besides what your parents brought you, I brought you a couple as well. All right, I think we've talked enough already. Let's eat up. I think I'm gonna hit the hay a little early tonight. All right, you go do your builder stuff. I'm gonna get some rest.
Yes, these were the good old days. We were so full of hope then. We used to write messages in the sand with straw. If you stuck them in there with a shovel, They'd stay there for a long, long time. But this photo, it was quite a while after we started doing that. Ah, yes. It all started when I found that old book. I thought fate was giving us another chance. From the ruins of the old world that impoverished us, we found a book. One that detailed all sorts of agricultural techniques. Advanced concepts that included even terraforming the desert. The methods in the book seemed out of our grasp, however, until I noticed that the message I used to write in the sand with straw, if I made them into a square, they could protect plants inside it from the blowing sands. And so began the straw grid. I began digging thousands of squares across the desert, sowing stubborn plants in each of them, ones I knew could survive. As the plants grew, the straw became like fertilizer. After a few cycles, sand turned back into soil again. Zeke might have told you something about those days, We were all building the straw grid, and for a while there we thought we were going to put a dent into the sandstorms. But the desert was too strong. We were like droplets of water fighting against an unfeeling ocean. No matter what we did, the winds kept blowing, and our oasis got smaller and smaller. I'm sorry that regaling such a pleasant memory took a rather dark turn. Please, stop by if you find any more of my photos.